Okay, so I have all my images imported into Lightroom. I have a catalog for every shoot I do. So when I start to edit, um, I first click my preset, which is a tweaked version of a preset that I bought, and I saved that. So this is my go-to. This is obviously a little too blue. I think I shot most of these in auto white balance. So then first thing I do is play with the temperature and exposure. So I might go to here first and click auto just to see what that looks like. When I brighten it up, it seems to look okay. I might make it a little bit warmer just because I like my photos on the warmer side. Sometimes I'll also play with luminance. Even though I do like it warm, I don't want anything to look too orange or yellow. So that can help brighten it up some. That didn't really make too much of a difference. And in this particular photo, it's kind of dark down here by her shoes. So then I'll go to my radial filter, pick lighten. I usually up the shadows a little bit as well. I don't like lighten that area. Maybe lighten it a little bit more so the shoes pop. And then once I'm happy with this edit, also straighten it a little bit, and made my tweaks, then I will right click, copy settings. Sometimes I'll usually include radial filters too, but this time I won't. Copy, and then I'm going to batch these at the bottom since they're all pretty much the same. And then right click, develop, paste. You can also use the sync tool over here. And then I will tweak each one accordingly. So this one I might keep a little bit dark and then brighten up her shoes. I'll probably make that a little bit brighter. And then I like this tool too to compare because I don't want the colors to be too far off. So then I'll go over here. Let's see, this is telling me these are blue. And I can play with the hue here if I wanted to. Maybe make them more saturated, but just for these photos. So then I'll do that for each one. I usually cull all of these before I import them into Lightroom. With this wedding, I did not. So I'll just like edit my favorite ones, and the ones I want to keep, I'll just flag. And then when I go to export them, I'll just select flag photos and then export, those. Anyway, so I would fix the blue here too. But then once I get to another area, let's say with people, I will probably just go to my preset again versus copying and pasting because I know I played with those blues. So there I clicked that preset. You can kind of tell a little bit of a difference already. And I did not use flash for these either, by the way. And then I will play with luminance to make their skin a little bit brighter. You know, I might do radial filter again. For getting ready. I don't know if I'll actually keep that one. I'll just scroll through. This one's pretty cute. So what I usually do is I'll click on the photo, hit Command, click that, sync, that, go here. That's pretty good. I might bring down my highlights, adjust the rotation and such. I might make her face a little bit brighter, not too bright. Anyway, and then I'll, copy all of those, decide which ones I want to keep. And then same for like outdoor photos. So let me go to an outdoor one. Like here, again, I'll start with my preset. This is a little cool for me. So I will, let me see what auto tells me it looks like. I kind of like that. So I might just stick with that. Another thing I like to do too is I don't, to make sure that each section of photos aren't too different from each other, I will click this button here and then drag a photo that I did earlier to compare, to make sure that like skin tones aren't too far off. And then you can still edit this with this open, which is kind of cool. So I can make this a little bit warmer if I want, which I think I might do. And then I'll click here too, because sometimes suit colors can vary a lot, with my preset at least. So I'm going to click hue, this is telling me it's blue. I can play this out a little bit. It might go up a little. That's not really doing anything. I'll undo that. It's not really doing anything either, so I'll leave that there. And then, so they got married at a church, so I will fast forward to a church because this was difficult lighting. I could not, they would not let me use flash here. So this is all natural light. I think I was still on auto balance here. But, again, same thing. Oops. I'll start here, play with it. That's not too bad. Oh, he looks a little pale there, so I'll, go down a little bit. I also play with the split toning a lot. If something's too orange or needs to be brightened up, this helps really with skin tones, I find. I'll leave shadows up a little bit, like that. Anyway, and then I'll, like copy and paste. See, let's rise her a little. Put it there. She's making all these faces. That's cute enough. Okay. So that was really backlit. So I'll probably play with the highlights here a little bit. I really like this dehazing function. It looks a little grainy, even though I only shot 2500. So when it looks grainy, I will change my detail. So I'll change sharpening to 70 and noise reduction to 30. And that makes it a little bit softer without looking too soft, in my opinion. Although her face might look a little soft here. And also for black and white, I don't like how it looks when I just click black and white up here. I feel like it looks too sepia. So I actually use my own black and white preset. Sometimes I still have to do a little tweaking. But to me that looks better than, that. So it's a pretty big difference. But anyway, that's pretty it. Like I said, I go through each section, I'll copy and paste. And then when the light's a lot different, I'll start over, with my preset. I always like to see before and after. I'll play with some things. Sometimes I will smooth out skin depending on the bride and how close up the photo is. But if it's a lot of them, then I'll only do my favorites and I'll tell them, if they want any additional edits, I'm happy to make those for them. Mess up a little bit. This especially when it's later in the day and I'm trying to mimic like sunset light. A lot of times too, I will play with the vignette if I want to make it a little more dramatic. Maybe not that dramatic. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Same thing with reception. This is with Flash. I'll go here. Let's see what Auto says. I like that a little better. It's a little orange, so I'll play with this some. Also makes them pop a little bit more. Her veil's kind of blown out, so I'll play with highlights. And give it a little vignette too. And then I can also go back to where we were earlier and just see, just so it's not too far off. Obviously Flash and natural light's going to be a little bit of a difference anyway. They didn't have a sparkler exit, so I don't have examples of that, but it's essentially the same thing. And I will play with like the orange in that. Here's what I did earlier. I like that one a lot too. Yeah, that's pretty much it.